Okay, I am so excited to be back today for a really special Christmas episode. I invited my mom to be on with me today. I'm so excited to have you.
Well, I'm excited to be here,
Yes.
and I'm excited you're here.
Yes, so I am up in Tennessee this week. A lot of you know that is where I grew up and lived my whole life until I moved to Mississippi and married my husband. And so I came up for the week to basically just do everything Christmas. And so I thought what we could do today is just tell listeners a little bit about all of our favorite Christmas things, whether it's traditions, our favorite movies, crafts that we've done, and just things that we love to do in our family. And so I'm so excited to talk about all of that. But one of the reasons I wanted to do this show as well is to tell everybody about something super exciting. So this Christmas season, what I've done is something that we're calling the 12 Books of Christmas. And so I've picked 12 authors that I really look up to, and I really loved the books that they wrote in 2020. And maybe they were just people that we didn't get to fit in throughout the regular recording schedule, but I didn't want to miss sharing their book with you. And so over the last several months, I've interviewed all of them. We've talked about all of their books. And then I've also asked them about their favorite Christmas traditions and things that they do with their families. And so starting December 13th, we will have a show every single day until Christmas Day. So the 12 days leading up to Christmas, highlighting each one of these authors. And what I wanted to also do is make sure I put everything together for you in one place so that if there are ideas that you hear that you want to try with your own family, you can have everything in one place. We have something that we're calling the 12 Books of Christmas Traditions Guide, where we've taken all these authors' traditions and put them together in a guide for you that you can download at either RebeccaDotsonGeorge.com. You can hop on over to my Instagram at Rebecca Dotson George and click the link in my bio, and you can go straight to it to download it. And so hopefully that will give you some ideas that you can try with your family. And the other thing that's super exciting is the publishers of all of these authors' books agreed to give us a copy of each of them. And so on Christmas Day, we're going to be announcing the winner, but we're doing a giveaway of all 12 books to one podcast listener. And if you go on over to my Instagram today and look at the most recent post, you'll see all the details about that, where you can get the guide and all those things. So we wanted to put together some of those resources for you for Christmas, and we're excited to share them with you. And on that note, we obviously talked to all these authors about their favorite traditions, but I'm excited today to get to talk with my mom about some of the things that we do in our family that I love, and that even she has started doing with my dad since I moved away. So there's all kinds of stuff that we're going to talk about. So Mom, do you want to talk about those?
Yes. One of the things that we started for you several years ago, well, when you were born, was the 12 Days of Christmas. And we had always done stockings, and your dad and I had done stockings, mm-hmm. but we decided one year to do the 12 Days of Christmas for you.
Yeah.
And what that was buying just small little gifts that you would put in a stocking, mm-hmm. but we gave them to you. We wrapped each one. We gave them to you for 12 days before Christmas. Now on Christmas Eve, we would do the pajamas, a movie, hot chocolate, like that. That would be the 12th day.
Yeah.
But we started, I think, December 13th, and we would do one little gift. And for us, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to do their Christmas stockings. We love stockings, but it was kind of in lieu of a stocking, because we got you things that you would put in a stocking.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed them up until that day, instead of just dumping out a stocking with everything else that you got Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that we've always done.
Yes.
And I've actually started doing it since you got married, for you, your husband, and your dog.
Yes.
Each person gets...
Everybody gets four days,
things,
right?
Right. Yeah. And that's kind of fun too for all of you.
And it's super fun because we don't live in the same place anymore. And so usually, like, you wrap them before I got here, and I'll take them back to Mississippi with me. And then we get to, like, talk every day about what we opened, or I'll send you a video
FaceTime.
I'll send you a video of Jasper opening, whatever you got for the dog. And
Exactly.
so it's a fun way to connect, I think, with family members that maybe you don't get to see every day or something like that.
Exactly.
If, maybe you don't live in the same place as your kids or something like that, might be a good idea. And then you do something really fun for Dad that's been hilarious over the last couple of years. It's kind of a spoof on Elf on the Shelf. So I want you to talk about that.
Okay. And that started when you and I were in Knoxville, Tennessee, maybe about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I saw an orange and white. We're big Vol fans. So I saw an orange and white elf.
Yep.
So I bought him. And at the time, Jeremy Pruitt had just been hired as the new football coach.
Yep.
So we called him JP.
Yeah.
And that is now.
That's his name. Every
JP.
year when he comes back.
We do a lot of spoofs on JP and the Vols during the Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah.
I try to do it for 12 days, but after doing it for 3 years, it's getting a little harder.
To run out of ideas. Yeah.
So he just sort of shows up.
Yeah.
But what's so fun is that my husband comes home from work and he actually looks for JP.
Yeah. But the cool thing I think that you do with JP that's different is, well, one, the Elf on the Shelf is normally like 25 days.
Right.
Like by the time this episode airs, mamas, bless your heart, who have been doing Elf on the Shelf, you're like 2 weeks in. And so you gave yourself the grace of starting really like when the 12 days of Christmas starts. And then also usually JP brings him something. So it's kind of like the 12 days of Christmas. So like tell him about the orange slices.
Okay. One of his favorite candies is the old time orange slices. So JP usually shows up at some point head first into the orange slice container.
Mm-hmm.
And that he shows up in the freezer with his favorite Christmas cookie, Bluebell ice cream.
Yes.
All wrapped up in a blanket.
Yes.
I've done a lot of different things. My husband's really into chapstick.
Yeah.
So he shows up with chapsticks all over the walls.
Uh-huh.
Things like
or
that.
Like running socks.
Running socks.
Yeah.
He's shown up in his shoes and
Uh-huh.
different things. But what's so fun is that even as an adult, he looks for JP.
Yeah.
Around this time of the year.
It's like a little bit of Christmas magic.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Even for us adults.
Oh, yes. I love it. And another thing that we, as long as I have been in the world, have done together is crafts. I mean, always, not just at Christmas.
Right.
Always. But we always try to pick something really fun to do together, especially now that I don't live here. When I do come home during the holidays. And last year, I feel like advent calendars became like a really big thing last year. Now they make like dog advent calendars and everything. But last year, tell them about the one that we made together.
We actually made one from scratch and I got wooden boards with hangers, and we did some little clothespins on those and put different things that you could do each day, kind of a bucket list for Christmas.
Yeah. So it was like each little envelope had like make hot chocolate tonight, or
go look at Christmas lights.
Christmas lights. Yeah. Because we have somebody in our church that has like their own little Christmas light show. And so we knew some of the things that we wanted to do. So we just incorporated them into a day on the advent calendar to make sure that we got to do all the things that we wanted to do. And it was kind of a surprise every day that you opened up the envelope and you got to see what you were going to do for that day. So that was last year.
And we've always done ornaments and different little crafts. This year, we went yesterday and bought the materials to do a welcome sign for our porches. So that's going to be kind of the craft of today. It's very, very cold here, so we've got to paint all that somehow. But
but it's going to be great.
Yes.
And we'll make coffee. And by the time we got home from Lowe's and everywhere that we had to go to grab all the stuff yesterday, we were kind of over it and we were cold. So we sat inside and drank coffee instead, but we're going to tackle
that today. Absolutely.
So that's going to be super fun. So advent calendars was last year. The front porch sign is this year. And, I think there's trends that kind of dictate what you want to do. Like another thing we did yesterday that was super easy that people could do is dry orange slices. So we're going to talk more about hospitality and how to love people well during the holidays later in this episode. But one of the things we did yesterday that's super easy is we cut orange slices, not the candy orange slices, but like the actual fruit. And we let them dry between like some kitchen towels for several hours. And all you do is turn your oven on 250? 200. And you're sort of drying them.
Yes.
Right? Over the course of a few hours. And I think it was like 4 hours that we left them in there. And people are using them for garland on their tree. They're using them as kind of a natural element that they can tie onto packages and in potpourri, all kinds of stuff. And so that was super fun. And they're really, really pretty.
If you've ever taken your earrings off at the end of the day with that big sigh of relief, you need to hear about Comfy Earrings. Comfy Earrings are flat back, hypoallergenic earrings designed for 24/7 wear. No poking, no irritation, just beautiful, lightweight earrings that stay comfortable whether you're sleeping, traveling, working out, or running from one project to the next. They're perfect for women with sensitive ears, and they come in so many gorgeous everyday styles. Check them out at comfyearrings.com or through the link in the description. Refresh your jewelry box with earrings you'll never want to take off. Trust me, your ears will thank you. Now back to the show. Looking for non-toxic, high-quality soap made by a company you can trust? Let me introduce you to Indigo Sundries, a Christian, family-owned small business that's been handcrafting soap for over 20 years. Every bar is made the old-fashioned way and free from seed oils, parabens, phthalates, sulfates, and all the other things your skin just doesn't need. Just clean, skin-loving ingredients that actually leave you feeling moisturized and refreshed. Whether you love a good fragrance, prefer essential oils, or need a simple unscented bar, Indigo Sundries has something for everyone, plus liquid soaps, room sprays, and beard products too. Get free shipping on orders over $50, and don't forget to use code Rebecca10 for 10% off at checkout. Treat your skin to the good stuff at indigosundries.com.
I'm all for bringing the old time potpourri back.
Oh,
everybody uses candles and all of that stuff, but you can actually make your own potpourri and put it on the stove with anything that you have, apples, oranges, cloves, cinnamon, any of that. And it will smell your entire house very cheap.
Yeah. Yes. So. I bought some when I was decorating our house for Christmas that's in our dining room, kind of in like one of those dough bowl things that's long and skinny, and it smells up our whole dining room. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
We love it. Well, another something that you've gotten super into is YouTube.
Yes.
And I think this sort of started when we were inside so much, and during the fall, football is like everything around here. And so I think you got super into it when it was like, okay, I can't watch any more football.
And I love football.
And we love football. We love football, but we can't watch it all day, every day. And so you got super into the YouTubers a couple years ago, I guess. And there have kind of been a couple more that have popped up that do a lot of decor or organization or things like that we know and we feel confident that they will do some good Christmas resources for us this season. So I wanted you to talk about a few of them that you would recommend listeners look up and kind of tune into during the holidays.
Well, two of my favorite YouTubers are Brianna Kay. She does a lot of home decor, cleaning, a lot of those kind of videos, but around this time of the year she does a lot of baking and different things with her children, stuff like that. Also the Daily Connoisseur, which is very different, but she's very, very good. And also, as far as Christmas, some of the things that I like to watch are the way people decorate their trees, or how to decorate a package. And Rebecca Robeson, she's an interior designer. She's one of the ones that I really, really like. And also David Christopher's out of Alabama. They have a wholesale Christmas store, a retail Christmas store, and they do a lot of themed trees and different things like that. Probably some I would never decorate in my home,
Right.
but you do get inspiration from that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm all about picks this year.
Yes. So
Love the picks.
What's a pick? If somebody
A
doesn't know what
pick is one of the stems that you can get to add fullness to your tree.
Yep.
But what I have found through watching some of the videos is that I was doing it all wrong.
Okay.
I would decorate my tree and then try to shove a bunch of picks in there.
Yeah.
Which, after watching some videos, I had never thought about the fact that put your tree topper on the top first.
Mm-hmm.
We always did that last.
Yeah, we always did that last.
But it's much easier to do it first.
Yeah.
And then add your picks, add your biggest ornaments to your smallest ornaments. And in between all that, if you want to do ribbon, do your ribbon after your picks, and you get your tree much more even.
Yeah. I walked in the house when I got here, and it looked like somebody from Southern Living had decorated our Christmas tree. It is gorgeous. And we do a fake tree. So here, like in your all's house, you do a fake tree.
Yes.
And my husband and I, we have a fake tree as well. And so I'm super excited because you let me borrow some of the stuff that you're not using anymore.
I'll let you have it.
You let me have it. You said it was non-refundable.
Right.
And
non-returnable.
Non-returnable. Yes. And so I'm going to take it home and add a few fun things to our tree. So I'm excited about that.
Yes.
And I have a few picks in there, but I have not went like full out yet, which we're on like Christmas 2 of collecting ornaments and stuff. So we're still getting stuff, but that's going to be fun to add all of that into our tree.
Well, that's just been a fun thing to do while I'm stuck here, is watching YouTube and how you can really learn a lot of things off of there.
Yeah. And I mean, places like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, they run sales all the time on all that stuff. And, you know, you don't have to totally redo everything that you do on your tree to like spruce it up a little bit.
But you can add $20 and it can change a lot.
Yes. Yes. So like everybody else, probably, we love Christmas movies, and that's something that we always do every year. I feel like it's sort of a tradition as well. There's movies that we love, that we've loved for a long time, that we always watch. And then there's new movies. So we got to watch a Hallmark movie the other night that we'll talk about in a minute. But what are some of our favorite Christmas movies?
Well, one of my favorite, and I know it's one of yours because we watch it every year, is Christmas with the Cranks. Love Christmas with the Cranks.
Robin Williams is hilarious in that movie.
I love the old timey Grinch, the first
You
one.
love the cartoon one. You love the cartoon one. I really love the Jim Carrey one. If I have time to watch it, it's super long, but it's adorable. We watched the cartoon one the other night too. We did get to do
that's
that
my
together.
favorite.
Yeah. Neither of us like the new one. Sorry, Pixar. It's Pixar, right?
Yes.
I think they did it. It's not, you did a fabulous job. It's just not, it was not our jam. We didn't really love it, but we do love both Jim Carrey and the cartoon. And then what was our other one?
Elf.
Oh, Elf. Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. I haven't watched that this season yet, but that's one of my favorites.
Basically any Christmas Hallmark movie.
Like anyone that's ever been made is our favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, like whichever one we're watching.
Candace Cameron
is everything.
Everything.
She's everything. And most of y'all probably know this, but she like produces the ones that she's in now.
Yes.
And so the one that came out this year, it's called If I Only Had Christmas. It premiered like 2 nights ago while I was here. So we got to watch it together, which was all the things. And it was the cutest.
Yes.
I don't want to ruin it for people. It is very predictable, as are all of them.
All Hallmark movies.
But it was so cute. It was set in kind of a small town, you know, and she falls for the guy that you see in the first 5 minutes of the movie. And it's everything that you needed it to be. And it's the cutest.
Yes.
So if you have not already seen If I Only Had Christmas, that is the name of the Candace Cameron one. If you're like looking on the app or you're trying to find which one is hers this season. So that's what it's called. And then favorite Christmas recipes.
Well,
did we talk about this?
No, I don't think so. I always make my bark.
Oh yeah. Talk about like where you get your chocolate. And
well, my chocolate I get from a local store. It's the Merkin's chocolate, I think, is the actual brand. But they also do a peppermint that's a sweet peppermint.
Yeah.
It's called the Gazebo is the name of the shop that I get it from. But it's red and green, and you basically you can do any kind of bark with the melting chocolates, whether it's white chocolate, dark chocolate, combination of both, and then just add something to it. I've taken the courses, the actual candy courses, not my jam, as you like to say, because I can buy a box of chocolate covered cherries much easier than I can fool with the molds. I have the molds, but I stopped that after one try. But bark is something that you can easily do.
Oh yeah.
And put nuts or dried fruit or whatever in it and bag it up, put a pretty ribbon on it. It's gorgeous.
And sometimes, so you've done several different kinds of bark, and you've also like drizzled different colors of white chocolate.
But you can get all that stuff at Michael's and all different colors. Hobby Lobby, Walmart has that.
Yep.
And do your white and then drizzle. One easy way to keep your chocolates warm is to put them in little bowls or whatever and put them down in a crock pot, and that'll keep them warm.
Oh, cool.
And then you can use them, and because they do harden up pretty quick.
Yeah.
But you can do all kinds of that and really impress somebody.
Oh, yeah.
You can sprinkle sugar over the top, like a heart bigger sugar sprinkle, just all kinds of things you can do with bark, bag it up, and people love it.
Yeah. Another thing, and I don't think you will be stingy with the recipe, but maybe we could share, is the crack.
Oh,
do we want to talk about the Christmas crack? Okay. So the name, I don't remember when we started calling it the Christmas crack, but the reason we do that is because it's so addictive and nobody can ever stop eating it.
Yeah.
I don't expect you to remember the recipe right now, so don't panic.
I think it's golden graham something.
But yeah, it's like golden grahams and pretzels, peanuts, and you make this sort of caramel sauce, right? That you pour over it and you bake it onto the cereal, the pretzels, whatever you're throwing in there.
Actually, I think it's on Pinterest and it's called graham clusters.
Yes,
you're right. If you look on Pinterest, that you can find it.
Okay. But I'll try to make something for people and put it on social in the next couple of days. That way, if people want to make it for a party or something, they can.
You can do it for every season.
Oh yeah.
Because you can use the different M&Ms and candy corn. Some people put candy corn in it, pretzels. I've used football pretzels that are shaped like a football for fall. But of course at Christmas you can buy the little tree pretzels and things like that.
Yes.
It's really cute. Makes a lot. You can bag it up, put a pretty ribbon and label on it. Makes a great gift.
Yes. A lot of times you'll do that for like the people that work for my dad. Or if you have a group of friends that you're wanting to do something for that's edible. It's something different. Like a lot of people, I'm all about the cinnamon rolls. I'm all about the cookies. I'm all about all of those things. But what I like about that mix is it's different enough that they probably haven't already had it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Chex Mix is everybody makes it the same way.
Yes.
And so this is a little bit different. It's very sweet.
Yeah.
But it's got enough salt in it that kind of offsets that a little bit.
Yes. It's so I'm super excited to do another giveaway kind of associated with this show, like the show today that we're doing together. And I got an email from a company that's so neat. It's called the Giving Manger. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about it because we're going to give away a set of a Giving Manger. And I want to tell you how you can win it, but also tell you a little bit about their backstory. So the Giving Manger was started just a few years ago by two ladies named Allison and Lisa. They're two sisters who had kids whose Christmas list kept growing longer and longer every year. And they really wanted their kids to be focused on giving and the real reason for the season, which is why they started what they now call the Giving Manger for their family. And so they now have turned this into a product after they did a Kickstarter campaign, which a lot of you will probably be familiar with what that is. And the set itself includes a book, which explains the tradition to get your kids excited. It includes a wooden manger to be placed in just a visible spot in your home. It has straw, which is placed in the manger after each act of service. And it has a baby Jesus to be placed in the manger. on Christmas Day. So every time you do an act of service for someone during the holidays, you get to add a piece of straw into the manger. And then you add baby Jesus, I guess, on Christmas Day. And so we're going to give away a whole set of their product, of the Giving Manger, to a listener today. And the way that you can enter is, and this will be again on my Instagram over the next couple of days as well, if you want to go check it out, but you will enter to win by rating and reviewing the Do the Thing Movement podcast on Apple Podcasts. So a lot of people ask me all the time, well, how do you do that? I know it's important, but what do you actually do to rate and review it? So if you go to your podcast app, most of you listen on Apple Podcasts anyway, scroll down like to the bottom of where you see, you're listening to the show, you scroll down and there's a place where it says like write a review. So you click that, you write, a little bit about how God has encouraged you through the show or whatever you love about it, and then you submit it. And what you can do is screenshot your actual, whatever you said about the show and DM it to me on Instagram. So just send it to me in a message at Rebecca Dotson George, if you follow me there. And that will enter you to win, so I can keep track of everybody, and then we'll pick a winner for the Giving Manger giveaway. So I'm super excited about that and to partner with that company, because I think they're doing something really special for kids, just helping kids remember the reason for the season. And I love their product and what they're doing. So I'm so excited to give away one of those to a listener. So make sure you go enter that. I also want to remind you about the 12 Books of Christmas guide that we talked about at the beginning of the show. So we will start on December 13th, our run of shows for the 12 Books of Christmas. We'll have a show every day leading up to Christmas Day, talking about a book that I loved throughout 2020. All these books were released into the world in the year 2020. And so I'm excited to highlight these authors and also have you hear about their favorite Christmas traditions. And so we've compiled all of those together in a guide for you that you can access at RebeccaDotsonGeorge.com, at DoTheThingMovement.com, either of those places. You can also, it's probably easier just to go to my Instagram and find just the link in my bio, and you can access it there as well. So you've got the guide to go download for ideas to do with your family. We've also got our giveaway for all of the books of the 12 Books of Christmas. So you can enter that now all the way through Christmas Eve, and we will announce the winner on Christmas Day. So again, it's one winner wins 12 books. So the winner we pick on Christmas Day will win one copy of all 12 books that we've talked about for the last couple of weeks. So again, that starts on December 13th. And to kind of end us out for today, I know that Mom, the question that I ask every guest kind of at the end of each episode is, what is the best piece of advice that they've ever been given? And I thought, because it's the holiday season and good, bad, or indifferent, that is a stressful time for most families and most people anyway. It probably feels even more so that way in the midst of everything we're going through in 2020. So what advice would you give to listeners today as they navigate probably an even weirder holiday season this year in 2020?
Well, when I was thinking about this, I thought about the biblical story of Mary and Martha, which we all talk about, how Mary was and how Martha was. And I think we all want to make everything perfect. And this year, we even want to go even more over the top.
Because we've had no fun this year.
For our immediate family.
Oh, yeah.
We want to make it even bigger and better.
Yeah.
And we all put up our trees the day after Halloween. But I think you do have to remember that life doesn't have to be perfect to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Neither does Christmas. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we tend to want to be a Martha, but we do need to lean more into Mary and how she sat at the feet of Jesus and what the true meaning really is of Christmas. But one of the things that I was thinking about was, this is a quote that I've heard for years, and it's, people will not remember everything that you said, but they will always remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
And I think that's so true when we think about Christmas and we think we have to do everything perfect. And sometimes it's not the big elaborate gift or whatever. It's just the time you put into bagging up that bark and putting a little bit of a twist on the tie or something like that, or going. And I heard a girl on YouTube say, shopping intentionally, not just going out and spending, but really thinking about what you want to give someone and that they will remember it, not just open it that day and forget about it. So I think it's important to think about that. It is really about them remembering what your traditions and the things that you love to do during Christmas, not just about going into debt for Christmas.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Yeah. And I mean, you make a good point about Mary and Martha. I think so often, we all hear, well, we have to remember the true reason for the season, but I know over the last couple of days, we've been working through the beginning of She Reads Truth's Advent study.
Yes.
And I think doing something like that, we're going to be on into Advent when this episode comes out, but whether it's picking up a study like that or just being intentional in your quiet time to go back and read the story of Jesus. And even, yesterday we read some in Isaiah about some of the prophecy of Jesus coming. And it was so cool to look back over those scriptures and really dwell on that during this season. And I think that helps us remember what all this is about anyway. And so we love, we're all about hospitality. We're all about doing all the things, but just remembering the reason for the season, as simple as that sounds. I love that reminder. And one of the things that we can kind of end on is talking about just being intentional in just giving back during the holidays and some of the things that we've been able to do in the past that will maybe spur ideas for other people. So would you want to talk about that?
Yes, that's probably what I would put in a tradition that we've always done, whether that's an angel tree tag that we got when you were young, or the Samaritan's Purse boxes, or whatever. I think it's, if you have young children, you do need to teach them that it's not all about them.
Right.
And it's giving. Yeah. And one of the things that I do now is I help a group of friends, and we do some things for an elderly apartment building that where some elderly people live. And it's just amazing how something small, like a set of towels or pajamas or whatever you do. Right now, we can't get in to do a craft with them. So we're doing little kits, and you got to help me put those together. And things like that. But just looking outside your immediate family and showing your children that giving not only to your family, but also outside of your family, maybe to someone who doesn't have as much is very important during the holidays throughout the year, I think. But and especially this year, if you can find someone, it doesn't have to be an elaborate, a lot of money type of thing, but every little bit helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I love those ideas. So our encouragement is that you take that and just be thoughtful around what it could look like for you to do something, in your own community, wherever it is that you are throughout the holiday season, whether it is an idea we gave or something totally different. We just wanted to offer those as some ideas that you could try. So I have loved doing this. We'll have to do this each year where we just talk about all the Christmas things and all the things we love doing together. So thank you so much for being my guest today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
And Merry Christmas, everybody.